The All About Nothing podcast is proud to be a sponsor of the Freetimes 6th Annual A Freetimes Halloween presented by Carolina Conditions on Friday, October 27th from 7 to 11 at Central Energy in downtown Columbia's Bull Street District. This is a 21 and over party with haunting decor, a DJ dance party, and several costume contest categories. This is the perfect kickoff to the Halloween season. Hors d'oeuvres and open bar are included in the ticket price. Central Energy is located at 2030 Gregg Street near Segra Park in the Bull Street District. This is the best Halloween party in the Midlands. Tickets are available at free-times.com/Halloween. And listeners of this podcast can use promo code Nothinger for $10 off individual tickets. Buy your tickets now for the Halloween event of the year, a Freetimes Halloween, presented by Carolina Conditions. Also new this year, a Freetimes Halloween official after party at the Warmouth from 11 to 1 a.m. Remember to use promo code Nothinger at checkout. We'll see you at a Freetimes Halloween.
The All About Nothing podcast may have language and content that isn't appropriate for some. Listener discretion is advised. Recorded live from the GOT Sound Studio in Lexington, South Carolina. This is the All About Nothing podcast with Trent Clark, Zach King, and my dad, Barrett Gruber.
All right, welcome back to another episode of the All About Nothing podcast. I'm Barrett Gruber, joined by Zach King over there. Trent Clark right here. Welcome, fellas.
Welcome.
Barrett, put on your spectacles.
I have to.
Oh, look directly into the camera when you do that. Yeah, there we go.
Here.
Yeah, there we go.
This is not just for camera. These literally magnify in order for me to be able to read.
I love that. I love that for you. You know what I'm
Were
saying?
those like a CVS pickup and you're like, no shit.
So these are, yeah, essentially.
Are those readers?
They are readers. These are readers.
See, what gets me is like, my dad would do that too with his. He'd have them on his nose.
Yeah.
But the look over.
Yeah, the look over is always.
The look over is the gotcha.
Like, you don't want to put them all the way on just to look over them?
Well, no, because if I put,
he has to just look down.
If I put them all the way on, and I'm looking at you guys, y'all are blurry.
Ah.
So.
Okay.
Yeah, welcome, Nothingers. It's episode number 100.
Barrett drove a motorcycle here.
I did.
With readers on. With readers on.
Episode number 178. You all please subscribe to the show. That's how we get new listeners. Please also consider supporting us financially by visiting theallaboutnothing.com and becoming an official member and probably calling yourself a true Nothinger. Have a bunch of membership tiers available. I almost feel like I did like an Italian accent.
Yeah.
Membership tiers available.
There's a tiers available for you.
Highly offensive to all of our Italy listeners.
And all our New Yorkers.
It is the last accent you can make fun of.
Well, they said the New York accent is the best accent in the world.
Is it?
That's what they said.
So a bunch of membership tiers available that give you early access and exclusive content. Also, if you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts, you think we're worth it, go ahead and give us a review and hit that 5 stars. If you're not on Apple Podcasts, give us a review where you can. Share the episode with your family or friends. You can follow us on Twitter at AAN_pod and Facebook, All About Nothing US, and interact. Just search for The All About Nothing podcast or visit our website for links, theallaboutnothing.com. And with that out of the way, we'll get into it. So I'm going to do it a little differently. So normally we do shout outs. I'm going to do just some of our announcements. So coming up, this episode drops on Monday, which is the 20-something. 23rd. Okay, perfect. Coming up this Friday, if you haven't gotten your tickets already, this is a big one, and we want to make sure that everybody gets this information. So it's an over 21 party. It's a Freetimes Halloween. And the All About Nothing podcast is proud to be a sponsor of the 6th annual A Freetimes Halloween presented by Carolina Conditions. Friday, October 27th, 7 p.m., Central Energy, located only a few hundred yards.
We've seen it.
From Segra Park.
We've seen it.
In the Bull Street District. This is the biggest Halloween party in Columbia. Open bar, haunting decor, a DJ dance party. This is a costume party of epic proportions as well. There will be a costume contest with multiple categories. Tickets are $45 for singles or a pack of 4 for $160.
But Barrett, do we have a deal?
Yeah, we do. If you act right now, you can take advantage of a promo code just for our listeners. Enter Nothinger at checkout and get $10 off individual tickets. So you can get your tickets now, freetimes.com/Halloween or free-times.com/Halloween, or you can check our show notes for a link. You do not want to miss this event. We will be there, but of course we'll be in costume, so you'll have to find us.
Nothinger?
Nothinger. Yeah, Nothinger at checkout that's the promo code. Also, there's an official after party at the Warmouth off of Main Street from
I know the Warmouth. I love the Warmouth.
11 to 1 a.m.
That's why we laugh at them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I love
that
it.
seemed like an odd.
Yeah, I thought it was a dun dun dun. But you guys got to go with it. Let me find it. Hold on. Where is it? It's at the bottom.
Next week, I'll be running the tables.
Hey, man.
So, also want to talk about this West Columbia's 6th annual Fallback Festival, Friday, November 4th. Music on stage from 76 and Sunny, Prettier Than Matt. Food and beverages from State Street Pub,
Come on with it. Keep reading. All the names.
State Street Pub, New Brooklyn Tavern, Wico Bottle and Beer Garden, The Hideout in Wico, let's see, D's Wings, Cafe Strudel, Black Rooster, Al's Upstairs, Cox Family Barbecue, and many more. Also, vendors are going to be there.
Al's Upstairs is sponsoring it?
Yeah, Al's Upstairs is going to be a vendor.
Can you imagine the crowd from Fallback Festival showing up to Al's Upstairs?
There's not a whole lot of space, but they're going to be a vendor.
Very fancy restaurant.
They're going to be a vendor. They're going to be food on the
This
street
is a New York
thing.
strip. Quit grabbing the plate.
Yeah. So lots of vendors are going to be there. Three Oaks Florist Interiors, Ed Editions Bookstore, Spa 131, State Street Trading Company, West Point Coins, Rob Shaw Gallery and Framing, The Warehouse, South Carolina, Tall Oaks Boutique, a bunch of others, as well as a live mural art. So that's also coming
Have
up.
I made this link? Is Fallback Festival the revamp of the Fallout Festival from back in the day?
I don't know. Now, Fallback Festival used to have that was almost an all-day thing, wasn't it? There were a lot of bands.
Big bands. Too.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think
Villanova, VC.
Creed played
Was
there
it
once, I
VC,
think.
BC. What is Villanova's new name? Didn't they have to change it because
You look
there's
at me
a-
like I listen to Villanova.
I'm not
Who
aware.
do you listen
I'm
to?
not against Villanova. I just don't listen to them.
I will say I am not aware of many people that listen to Villanova on a regular
Friend
basis.
of the podcast, Justin Osborne from Susto. He was like, "Yeah, they're a band."
Yeah. I think I saw them playing at a seafood buffet once. I just happened to be there. That was down in Casey.
If they brought Crossfade to Fallback Festival, I'd be like, Scooby Doo, that whole thing. You're just Fallout.
Was that on a Black Pearl?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so New Brooklyn Tavern update, Monday, October 23rd, Signs of the Swarm, The Last 10 Seconds of Life, Chamber, Homicide, and Winter's Gate. Thursday, October 26th is Emo Night, so make sure to check that one out. Friday,
Chamber Homicide.
Chamber, and then Homicide. Chamber, two different bands.
Homicide.
Oh, yeah, I see what you're doing.
Guys,
Cause tonight will be the night that I will fall for you over again.
we could not.
That's emo night, man. Come on.
So Friday, October 27th, Gel, Webbed Wing, and Show Me Mary and Navtech. Saturday, October 23rd, Cola Kings and Things is back with Beetlejuice Drag Show. And lastly...
Beetlejuice?
Yeah, Beetlejuice. Lauren Bobert's not there. I highly doubt she's going to be there. Otherwise, she'd be busy, right?
I try to keep this family friendly.
Yeah, that's right.
There's a drag queen that does Beetlejuice. I think her name is Shauna Don't Tell, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Should I get a beer on my lap?
Lastly, Monday, October 30th, open jam, open mic night with Sam and Ilia Band. So that's coming up.
Going up?
Also-
Mic night?
So what?
Gonna do up in mic night?
We're thinking about doing it here at the studio. We're thinking about doing it during the week.
Oh,
We're thinking about doing like an open mic / karaoke night
that'd be
here.
fun. I'd be fun. I'd be
We'll draw
in for
some
that.
people in
Yeah.
weekly.
I'll sing.
Lastly, this one's for Preach Jacobs. He is at Recca. It's Recca Wednesdays at Drip Coffee Columbia, 7239 Saluda Avenue, every Wednesday, playing all vinyl from 5 to 7.
Yeah, he asked me to come today. I was like, we're doing the pod, right?
Yeah.
Like, come on, preach.
You can visit Linktree / Preach Jacobs for all things Preach Jacobs. So that's
I said, if I'm not doing the pod, I'll be right there for you, preach.
Also, finally, shout out to John Cosas Jr. for being on the show last week, broadcast and media relation manager for the Columbia
That's
Fire.
y'all relationship?
Yeah, relationship. His
He just told on himself.
his book play-by-play from the minors, profiles of baseball broadcasters from Scranton to Yakima, that dropped last Friday. I still don't have my copies yet.
It's okay. It's coming.
And you know what's crazy?
It's like the Big Baller brand sneakers. You got to wait.
The last time I looked, there were only 4 copies available at Amazon left. So
Oh, that's a good sign.
Well, if I worked at Amazon, I'll steal one for you.
That you don't. Yeah, I ordered them.
Okay.
Nobody's got to steal them.
I mean, a lot of people steal from Amazon.
I want to make sure
employees.
It's about the only thing you could steal from Amazon.
From Amazon without problem.
books.
Yeah.
There's a lot of books.
Yeah.
So this is we're a week out from the big party at the Central Energy.
Yes.
That's exciting.
It's very exciting.
Do you guys know what you're dressing up as?
Oh yeah, I already got my outfit.
Do you? Mm-hmm. What do you?
You have to wait.
We had to wait.
We got to wait, man.
I emailed Lindsay and I was like, "The birthday suit," and she was like, "No," and I was like,
Oh man, you was gonna do that?
Yeah.
Were you at least gonna shave the chest?
I would have just surprised.
I don't have a hairy chest.
I would have just. You don't have a hairy chest?
I would imagine you would have a hairy chest.
Trent, do you have a hairy chest?
No, I do not.
You don't?
No.
I'm the only one. Look.
Yeah, you're a bear. Yeah.
This is
it's pretty clean down here, man. Hold on.
This is all natural.
Yeah, it's pretty clean.
Goodness.
It's like a baby's bottom.
How is that possible?
Because we got good skin.
Wait.
In here.
Hold on. So good skin is. You're saying good skin.
Well, black
would
don't
not
crack.
Yeah, we're black.
I guess I'm not reading.
Don't you got a
anymore
couple
right
percentage in you? Right?
Yeah.
Down the line. Yeah.
Well, honorary.
These gentlemen both grew up in Chapin in Little Mountain.
Yes, sir. Where we don't have hair on our chest.
It is pretty close to VC Summer, so now it's starting to add up.
Hey, they used to have a lot of people used to be employed there and they lived in Chapin.
That is
I actually didn't even live in Chapin. I lived in White Rock, so well water, I guess.
See, I thought when I first time I saw White Rock, I associated White Rock with Chapin, and
because it was a white.
No, because the White Rock. Because it's Chapin,
crack.
right?
Yeah, there's a lot of crack in Chapin.
Yeah, that just then you should call Irma White Rock.
Yeah, for sure.
That's fair.
For sure.
That's fair. So, who wants to open it up?
I do, man. Let's get straight into it, man.
Okay.
Let's get straight into it, man.
I was gonna do it.
It's breaking news. It's happening right now.
Are you ad-libbing the breaking news?
Oh man, it's breaking news. It's happening right now. I know. I just seen the post. Waka Flocka has just endorsed Trump.
Waka Flocka has endorsed Trump.
Yes.
I guess he's soft in the mother loving.
Why?
Hey, look, man. Hey.
No. Yeah, I
don't know.
Say, you don't know. That's perfect.
I mean, I don't know why, but maybe he watches the pod and he's like, I agree with that Trent fella.
I'm a been a man.
You know what I mean?
Too. Yeah. What would Waka Flocka's Trump?
What would Waka Flocka do?
No. What would
Probably piss on
what
himself.
would Waka Flocka WW?
What would Waka
WWFD? We got to get the bands.
That's not a life to live by.
Come on, man.
I imagine he'd probably
That's
piss
so
himself.
crazy. I mean, I think this is one of the first. He might be the first to step out, and I think Sexy Red just. Yeah, everybody knows Ski Yee, that song. You never heard the Ski Yee song?
Of course.
She just endorsed Trump too. So it's a lot of rappers that's endorsing Trump right now, which is
Are they of the belief that they're going to be indicted for some crime that they're going to need him to?
Sexy Red is currently pregnant right now, and Waka Flocka, he's got a
Hasn't done
podcast,
anything.
so it might be a little publicity stunt.
That sounds more likely. But you know what? They can endorse who they want.
Yeah, man.
I think the last thing I saw Waka Flocka do was that song with Benji.
No, he's got hell no.
I thought he stepped out of it.
Hell no. He's got a show. He used to have a show with his ex-wife, like that was on like VH1 or something.
Oh, I didn't know.
Used to have a show on VH1.
Correct.
That's almost like even further back.
I almost feel
Hell
like
no.
that's
VH1?
almost
That's like
still a
Love and Hip
channel?
Hop. He was on Love and Hip Hop too.
Is that still a channel?
yeah. VH1 is still a channel, but I feel like that's a reverse.
Viacom.
That's a reverse flex.
I kind of like when I think VH1, I think pop up.
So are you saying MTV is better, Mr. Jersey Shore?
It's the same thing.
Oh, okay, then.
They're both,
So what are you saying?
they're both the same television.
But a lot of people are gonna watch it.
And ultimately, everything that's on VH1 is produced by MTV.
Viacom.
Well, it's all MTV. It's all CBS, Viacom, MTV, right? Paramount Plus.
Correct.
Yeah. So it's all
Entertainment, man.
Even when I watch Yellowstone, you
What
get the
happened to Fuse
MTV
TV?
productions.
Fuse TV.
Fuse was that network.
I like Fuse. They used to have a lot of good movies on. Right?
So can we all agree?
Fuse didn't have movies?
Fuse played music when the other two were.
Oh, Fuse.
Yeah. Fuse started playing music videos.
Okay. I don't know what I was talking about.
There was not to distract from our headlines, but there was no better feeling back in the day to like wait for that music video that you've been of that
Sure.
song you've been
yeah.
where sometimes you had to watch TRL with old dickhead on it.
Yeah.
Carson Daly.
Carson.
But
He lost his show on NBC recently. Well, recently, like during COVID.
Now he's hanging around talking to Aaron Rodgers at Jets games.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But yeah, Fuse was the one that still actually played music videos.
And MTV actually does play one of the MTV channels. I think there's like 3 or 4 of them now.
Yes,
but
it's
like there's one that still plays music videos.
Yeah, it's like MTV like 4 or 2. Yeah, something like, they're like ESPN
Again, a
Ocho
reverse
channel.
flex.
Yeah, and like MTV2's like logo is like Cerberus, but I was like, that was 3 heads.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think that's basically that's a callback to what's his name, Rob Dyrdek, who with his dog and whatnot. So
Oh yeah, that was a good show.
I loved it. I loved Robin
show.
Big. I'll go
Yes.
back and watch episodes of Robin Big.
Yeah, but Rob Dyrdek's also an insane person.
You know what though? But he is
Business savvy.
He is a genius. I will give it to him. He is a genius at marketing.
He says that the one thing that made him business savvy was my favorite company, Alien Workshop.
Yeah.
They used to make skateboards.
Yep.
He bought them.
Yeah.
And like, I think it was like a week after he bought them, the whole thing tanked.
Collapsed.
Like $6 million
Yeah.
lost instantly. And I was bummed because I loved Alien.
But he was big into DC shoes, right? Like
Yeah.
Yeah. And the guy, Ken Block, who started DC Shoes, like he ended up racing. But yeah, him and Ken Block, he was one of the dudes who rode DC hard.
Okay.
So just based on the headline that you decided to go with,
Yeah, man, we had to start off with a shot value this week.
are
Did
you
that solidify your vote?
prepared
man,
to
I'm ready to go.
you're prepared to vote for Donald Trump?
We're going in, man.
Is there something about his policy
No,
that,
it's just
that you feel
it's,
the most?
It's just Sleepy Joe ain't doing enough, man.
Well,
You don't have to pick
not doing
Sleepy Joe or Donald Trump.
Yeah, I do, because that's what it's gonna come down to.
No.
Yeah, it
You
is.
could get old, like, I can't speak.
I'm not.
Robert Kennedy Jr.
Yeah.
over there.
No, no, that's what it's coming down to, man.
But tell me. So you shouldn't. And this is just a suggestion. You shouldn't vote for someone based on what the other person isn't doing.
I mean, I think that's the whole scheme of it.
No. But
That's literally what.
But
the Democrats run on every year.
Well,
whenever
you've weeded it down to
No. Joe Biden ran against Donald Trump based on how bad Donald Trump was.
Isn't that the same thing I just said?
No. You're saying you would vote for Donald Trump because of what Joe Biden hasn't done.
Correct.
What hasn't? I guess I'm just trying to.
What hasn't Joe done?
Yeah.
What did Donald Trump do?
He hasn't legalized marijuana.
Okay.
All right. He hasn't.
Donald Trump, check on his side, right?
Hey, look, man. Hey, look.
Donald Trump is one of the
Hey,
people
look,
that said absolutely under Donald Trump, marijuana will never be legalized.
No, he's got the evangelicals up.
And for
I don't
what
believe
reason?
that. I
Doesn't
don't
make
believe
sense.
it. I think as soon as he gets in there, he'll
Do you?
do it.
He had 4 years to do it. He didn't do it.
Yeah, he nobody. What y'all told about Obama?
He
Obama needed 8 years to do what he did with healthcare, right?
No, he got it done
That's
in the
what they
first
said?
2 years. He got healthcare done in 2 years.
And no one was happy about the healthcare mandate either.
Yeah, the mandate was a mistake.
Yeah, that was a bad part. But
the
like,
mandate, the
having
only
a-
reason the mandate came in was because insurance companies said there's no way we're going to let any of our Congress people that were already putting money into their pockets. We're not going to let it go unless you make a mandate that requires people to do this. And Obama was able to negotiate that too. Well, if they don't make enough money, then obviously we can't mandate a tax on them.
And then they finally did away with it.
Yeah, so the mandate went away.
I still see the Obama like
I-
signs. And
Oh,
stuff.
for
let's
sure.
do let's do away with the 2-term and just get Obama back.
And now I'll be down with that.
All right, listen
But
here,
he-
I'm back and I'm tired of the bullshit.
I don't know.
I
You know, we'll
take
see.
Obama and Luther. The
Luther?
his angry management.
Oh, I thought you were talking about
Anger.
Luther King. I was
No,
like,
no.
say, oh, he's dead, brother.
Well, yeah, but I would refer to him as the king rather than
okay.
the Luther. Yeah, we're cool like that. I just call him
Oh,
by
you and
his,
the king.
I just call him
Ah.
by one of his middle names.
Oh, okay. That's what you call LeBron James, the
When
king.
someone says Luther,
fair.
when someone says Luther, I'm like, Lex?
Yeah,
That's Luther? We don't want him president. He's
Difference-
done it in the DC. It doesn't go well.
I was gonna say the difference between Donald Trump and Lex Luthor.
One's
Luger,
smart and one's not.
Well, yeah, no, that too.
But what you got this week, Zach?
Just like,
No, I'm trying to help us out.
Please get off.
I'm helping us
please
out.
get off me.
I'm making sure we all get our little things on. You know what I'm saying? But
All right, so this is
please vote,
This
people.
is a story that came from the Inquirer. That's
Yeah,
based in
for sure.
Philadelphia.
Register to vote. Like, please register to vote, and then actually turn out.
You know what I'm saying? Very important. But go ahead,
Sorry.
Zach.
All right, so again,
I don't want to interrupt Zach while he's trying to talk.
Yeah. Go ahead, brother.
please, people. No, this is from the Inquirer that's based out of Philadelphia.
Okay.
Police warn witchcraft shop in rural Pennsylvania that tarot reading is illegal.
Tarot card reading is illegal.
In Pennsylvania?
Yeah. So listen.
Bro, that's so funny because when me and Nikki go back to
First thing you do is hit up a tarot card reader.
No, you have to pass one to get to her parents' house. It's like right off the interstate.
There's that one. We need to stop. Let's go ahead and let's get this over with.
All right, so in honor of spooky season, Beck Lawrence talked up their new eclectic metaphysical shop, which is I have a shop full of horse shit. And in short,
playing cards.
An upbeat interview with Meet the Merchant section of a local Hanover newsletter. They said they would be selling candles, crystals. I said this thing was full of horse shit. Crystals and other witchy objects, as well as reading tarot cards, and encourage everyone to, quote, come on in. A few days later, the police chief of Hanover, Chad Martin, paid Lawrence an uninformed visit to the Serpent's Key shop and sanctuary. The shop features a community altar to Hecate, the Greek goddess of witchcraft, along with artfully arranged candles, oils, herbs, jewelry, and incense. He told Lawrence that fortune-telling in Pennsylvania is illegal, and that any complaints against them would have to result in police investigation. Martin did not respond to the Inquirer's request for comment. Lawrence immediately posted about the experience on their nearly 200,000 followers on TikTok. It's kind of intimidating, Lawrence said, 26. In an interview with the Inquirer, over the last week, the police visit rallied the pagan community in their support that led a spike in business. A practicing witch for 13 years, Lawrence has started jokingly referring to themselves as a goody proctor, accused witch author from Arthur Miller's The Crucible.
That is a mouthful.
The incident also drew attention to the fact that despite its widespread popularity, fortune-telling related arts are indeed illegal in Pennsylvania, punishable by 6 to 12 months in jail.
God damn.
And a $2,500 fine. Pennsylvania statute forbids residents pretending, this is all quoted, pretending for gain or liqueur to tell fortunes or predict future events by cards, tokens, inspection of the head or hands of any person, and for promising to stop bad luck or to give good luck or to win the affection of a person or to make one person marry another. Selling astrology readings and tarot readings are illegal too. And so Lawrence does the tarot readings and stuff like that. And on the day of the incident, the police chief defended his visit at the shop on legal grounds, is what he said. There was never an investigation, nor was there any threat of arrest in this matter. And he wrote this on a Facebook page. With that being said, if a complaint was made against someone for engaging in acts of qualified fortune-telling in the borough of Hanover, this department would be obligated to conduct an investigation.
Okay, so...
just the last part.
Okay.
He went on to say, it's just as illegal as prostitution. It's just a low law that law enforcement priority. It's just a low priority on the law enforcement.
Why is there a law?
What made this man stop that? It's a low priority. Stop and go like, if you fucking...
But wouldn't that be under the religious law? Like, you can be, like that's technically practicing a religion almost, right?
Yeah,
which
maybe
was the correlation I was going to make, because all those things that tarot card readings promise,
it's the same thing at church.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, you're right.
And they're collecting money every day.
It ain't $100 reading. It's
with a requirement.
Yeah.
You tithe 10%.
Not only that, they're
Yes.
like, God says 10%.
And if you don't pay this 10%, you can't get buried here.
And inflation's
That's a lot of
real deal.
churches.
Yeah.
Like my church right now, like I have a spot. Knock on wood. Hopefully, I'll never have to use it. Let's say that. But
Yeah, you probably never
if I
will.
don't pay on that,
There's no way you're gonna die.
No way. But if I don't pay on that, it's no spot. Isn't that crazy? I've been going to the same church my whole life, but if I don't pay,
well, they just
You
lay
can't
you on it and just be like, he didn't.
Why don't you
tithe
you could just die in your spot? Wouldn't
Yeah.
I mean, wouldn't that be the
they
same?
have to move you eventually.
Do they?
If it's going down, I'll do the Trent tier and dig your hole.
That's the only time you'll pay for the Trent tier if I'm dead.
Yeah.
Wait, what the fuck?
I'll pay and I'll be like, Trent, I got this one.
Nah, man, no, I got this one.
Trent stops breathing.
But that's crazy though. Why?
Oh, sorry, Trent. I got you 3.5 feet down.
That's crazy for them to do that in
It does
Pennsylvania.
seem a little.
And I want to go ask that Lawrence guy.
Yeah.
What religion are you?
Mm.
Yeah.
What made you stop at a tarot shop in Hanover, Pennsylvania, and go, I'm going to give these fuckers...
Here's my guess. Is I'm guessing that someone complained.
It was his daughter or something like
No,
that.
no. I'm guessing
But
it was
that's the
some.
thing. If someone... He said the only way they would do something is if someone did file a
Yeah.
complaint.
So I'm guessing that there was a complaint filed.
Well, he said that nothing had happened. He just made
made a stop.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, it's witchcraft because the complaint and the whole thing actually helped the business.
I don't-
and
like
she
you
had
said.
she had to put up signs saying this for entertainment purposes only.
Well, and,
Which
I was gonna
all
say-
churches should have that.
exactly. So here's here's my question then is if nothing spurred his investigation into
He reached down and grabbed his little nubby dick, scratched it, and climbed out of his squad car. I'm gonna give him a thing about.
I'm just gonna toss this out there. Witchcraft's not real. I mean,
That's what
there
it
may
is.
be people that are doing.
Don't
things-
make Zach say the other one because he was about to say it. He was about to
Go ahead.
So
No,
is
say it.
Christianity not real. Islam not real. Judaism not real. It's all weird D&D.
It's all well, the likelihood is it's the ideas that religion was created just to control people.
and to keep people sane.
Sane?
Yeah, sane.
I think
like,
religion creates a lot of insanity.
No, I'm saying like it keep.
Look
When
at
I say
Israel.
sane,
It makes
it makes
everything
people
worse.
like it makes people think like, okay, if I go to church, I'll be okay in life.
Even the good deeds.
A lot of people just think,
But
that.
they're all hypocrites.
I know.
But even
I know.
even the good deeds that are done in religion's name, like feeding the homeless and shit, there's an expectation of doing it.
yeah.
I mean, that's the end result. So when you see like secular communities going out and feeding the homeless, there may be a personal, selfish reason they're doing it, but
Yeah.
there's no greater reason other than I literally am doing this in the name of you're hungry.
Well, I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give you a prime example. Maurice, everybody, both of y'all know Maurice. Maurice last week, Saturday, went down to Transitions and fed 100 people Bojangles chicken boxes.
Wait, hold on. He went to a restaurant that serves food.
No, Transition.
Transition. Oh, transitions.
The
Gotcha.
homeless place.
Yeah, okay.
And fed 100 people chicken boxes.
Shout out to Maurice then.
Gave them pillows, blankets. It was amazing.
That's
It was a
awesome.
lot all before the show, but he did that out of the kindness of his heart. And the only reason why it's pictures on social media is because other people were posting it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
other than that, nobody would have knew.
yeah.
And he doesn't do that for, what I'm saying,
The clicks.
he doesn't do that for the clicks. He does that because that's literally what he wants
Or
to do.
his soul.
Well, then everybody go check out Maurice every Sunday and every Saturday. He is the hype man for the review and for the All-Star Brunch while Trent's spinning records.
Correct.
I am on like low key like I wish I mean I built houses for people whose houses were broken and stuff. With Salkahatchee, but that was in the name of religion as well. But even doing it, I was like, these people's houses are fucked. Let's do this.
Yeah.
But that is something I would want to try and time allotted.
I've volunteered down at Transitions.
Yeah.
I've handed out lunch a couple
I
times.
know you told
now.
me. Yeah.
That's something I would definitely like want to do is just go help for a minute.
Yeah.
Our company sponsors that. Our company does that a couple times three or four times a year. Is that we are as employees go down there and we can help serve lunch.
But anybody can serve at the food
yeah,
bank, right?
you can always.
I worked
food
at
bank,
Goodwill.
stuff like
Don't
that?
get that conflated.
Yeah,
Goodwill
Is
y'all
not-
are like the church.
Goodwill is a corporation. Goodwill
is
is a
like the
corporation.
church. Goodwill is like, yo, we
yeah,
take things for
higher
free,
up-
but we're
higher
gonna charge the hell out of y'all.
Yeah.
Higher ups get a salary,
Yeah.
a fat one.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well,
I got another story too. Are you got a second?
No, let him
Do you-
go.
do you-
We'll
well,
go three.
I guess
in the first part.
well, real quick then, I guess what we'll talk about, because this one won't take very long, because as of today, the House of Representatives has now gone through 2 votes where Jim Jordan has lost twice.
To whom? Oh, he just didn't get enough, right?
He didn't get enough. So it's weird the way they do this with the voting for the Speaker of the House. It's not based on a majority vote, because if it was, then Hakeem Jeffries would be the Speaker of the House. Hakeem Jeffries has gotten 212 votes both times. It's based on you have to have 51%. You have to have 51% of all of the votes counted. So in order for Hakeem Jeffries to actually win, he would have to get all 212 Democrats, and then he would also have to get an additional like 3 or 4 Republicans.
Isn't that fucked up? They took something so simple as voting.
Yeah, and made it complicated.
What is that?
Yeah. So Hakeem Jeffries walks away with 212 votes. We know he's not going to get elected unless
Electoral college votes.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
the electoral college. Is
I was about to
completely
say they made it difficult.
That was somebody who was pissed somebody won. They're like, oh, let's fuck this up a little.
Yeah. So
and that's exactly what it said right
So
there.
Jim Jeffries, Jim Jeffries is a comedian from Australia. Jim Jordan.
Name Jim Jeffries.
Jim Jordan is an asswipe from Ohio.
Yep.
Yeah, Jim Jeffries. We're sorry.
So after 2 rounds, Jim Jordan, Ohio State wrestling enthusiast and man who can turn a blind eye on a whim, is still not the Speaker of the House. Votes on Tuesday left him 20 votes behind, and votes on Wednesday left him 22 votes behind. So he lost votes during this.
Sex offender.
There are many Republican representatives who have stated that under no circumstance will they ever vote for Jim Jordan.
Well, the MAGA right-wing people have been trying to strong-arm the rest of the the holdouts.
Well, and Jim Jordan is basically like the king MAGA under Trump because
he violated federal law.
He's the number one election denier. He is absolutely he is allegedly to have been involved in the planning of the January 6th coup attempt.
Sex offender for sure, right?
Well, he
alleged?
He allegedly turned a blind eye to what was going on at Ohio State. He knew what was going on. He just liked watching, allegedly.
In the corner while he cries.
Yeah. So, and he, if you don't know who Jim Jordan is, he's also known as the only congressman that doesn't wear a jacket because he's very proud of his physique. So,
and if you were to type "stupid asshole Congress Republican Party,"
Jim Jordan's got to be coming up at the top of that list
after the 50 pictures of Matt Gaetz.
Yeah, that's right.
And then Lauren Boebert would show up a bunch of times too.
Yeah.
But he's the one when you sit down and listen to congressional hearings and stuff.
Yeah.
He's the one that
he's usually speaking nonsense.
Yeah, you're like, what a dumbass.
Yeah. Yeah. But he's Trump's favorite, or I guess
Stooge.
Trump is his favorite guy. Yeah. Because
no bigger bootlicker.
Trump really likes Jim Jordan, so Jim Jordan really likes Trump.
Again, I say that, but Matt Gaetz is a massive Trump bootlicker. Because he was when the first vote came up, Matt Gaetz is in there going like, "Who do you vote for, dickhead out of Florida?" And he's like, "Donald Trump." And the dude's already been like indicted 25 times or whatever.
Well, he's under investigation.
Yeah,
but that. So I'll just say that one of the other things that's really irritating me is the number of Republican congressmen who are stating that it is the Democrats' fault that they're in this mess right now. Because
it's not.
It's not because they're saying well, 208 Democrats voted to out Kevin McCarthy. And that's not how this works.
They're like, why didn't you help us? They're like, well, we're letting the anthill eat itself. Basically.
Yeah. And it's a huge joke.
Yeah.
Basically all this is setting up, and I hope this is what it's setting up, is that people are going to look at the Republican Party and recognize just how defunct they are. They can't govern. They don't have any policy. Their only policy is basically, what's the churches saying? Oh, the churches want us to ban books. Oh, the churches want us to ban transvestites. The church wants us to do away with homosexuality. They want, these are all of the things
taking away freedoms, which is the United States is based on.
Yeah, these are all things that the Republican Party stands for. And it's not because they have any personality or any stance on anything. It's because that's who they answer to.
And we're sorry that the Democratic Party does have their differences, but is united enough to be like, we're not going to be the shit clown show that is the Republican Party. Because all of them hold staunch lines, do not budge, do not get together and make, what do they call it, concessions with each other.
Which the Democrats will make concessions.
Yeah, absolutely. They're willing to work, but it's the staunch infighting between themselves about how either it's going to be a Nazi-type regime, a nationalist party, or whether it's going to be sensible, reasonable, actually conservative, and not have the stigma of what the last administration had.
Yeah.
So who do we think the best speaker, the best person for the job is?
Hakeem Jeffries.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean,
I think Hakeem Jeffries would make a fantastic Speaker of the House, and I think that they'd get work done. I think things would happen because I'm not saying that Democrats will always reach across the aisle. But for the most part, in order to get things done, look, Bill Clinton was president. Newt Gingrich was Speaker of the House. They got shit done. They passed budgets.
Literally.
Yeah, they passed budgets that actually put money back into the country.
And Jim Jordan is basically a dumbass PE teacher.
Yeah, pretty much.
And that's not shitting on PE teachers. He's just a dumbass PE.
I was to say, shout out to all the PE teachers out there.
I've had some awesome PE.
It's a lot of
teachers.
PE teachers out
But
there.
this is a dude who's like wrestling. Like that's
That was it.
Shout out to the wrestling coaches.
That's his. The one I knew embezzled money from a high school, and I thought he was a cool guy.
Damn.
Yeah, so
I
I mean,
know.
I saw that Netflix movie.
Yeah, well, yeah, Fox Hunter. But like, he's just a dumbass. Like who has no pedigree any more than I do to go stand up there. Outside of, I'll listen to people and be like, huh.
He basically is the element in progress that just hoses everything up.
He has his agenda, and that's why he's being voted for.
Yeah.
Because he is the stooge that the other stooges have gotten together and say, this is our dude.
And we like him.
They like him.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, honestly, I don't think it's that they like him. I think for the ones that are voting in favor of Jim Jordan, they're probably having to do it while holding their nose, because ultimately, I think for a lot of the Republicans, they're just looking to, let's just get a Speaker of the House so we can actually start to do some work.
Well, yeah.
Or that's what they think is going to happen.
Well, that our work, like,
yeah,
the good work. Like, don't let him in a theater with Lauren Boebert. It'll be worse than the first time.
Because he'll just watch. All right.
You're not both bullies.
Let's take a break. We'll come back after the break. We got a few more things we'll talk about. And we'll do that here, the All About Nothing podcast. The All About Nothing podcast is proud to be a sponsor of the Free Times 6th annual A Free Times Halloween presented by Carolina Conditions on Friday, October 27th from 7 to 11 at Central Energy in downtown Columbia's Bull Street District. This is a 21 and over party with haunting decor, a DJ dance party, and several costume contest categories. This is the perfect kickoff to the Halloween season. Hors d'oeuvres and open bar are included in the ticket price. Central Energy is located at 2030 Gregg Street near Segra Park in the Bull Street District. This is the best Halloween party in the Midlands. Tickets are available at free-times.com/Halloween. And listeners of this podcast can use promo code Nothinger for $10 off individual tickets. Buy your tickets now for the Halloween event of the year, a Free Times Halloween, presented by Carolina Conditions. Also new this year, a Free Times Halloween official after party at the Warmouth from 11 to 1 a.m. Remember to use promo code Nothinger at checkout. We'll see you at a Free Times Halloween.
What's up? This is Neat the Geek, and you're listening to the All About Nothing podcast.
All right, welcome back to the All About Nothing podcast, and I am not sure how to recover from our discussion prior to this, but
hey, if they got Patreon, they'll get it.
It's just membership goals. It's
Membership
no longer
goals,
Patreon.
excuse me.
It's no longer Patreon. Patreon is
Do we have any new members?
not that I'm aware of.
God.
I mean, but thank you to all the ones that keep getting.
India, Thailand,
Anybody
Please.
can sign up.
China.
Help.
It's
Fucking
available. So I guess can I start?
Yeah, go crazy,
All right.
man.
So Israel and Gaza, Hezbollah,
Palestine.
Hamas, Palestinians.
The pictures
Iran.
on Twitter are disgusting.
It's
Amazing.
pretty bad.
Oh my God. how
Let's
bad
start
it
the conversation that Israel just bombed a hospital.
Well, okay, so we can talk about that, but there's no evidence to support that it was Israel.
Well, there's
There is all the evidence to support that it was a jihad rocket that was launched from a site deep in Gaza.
that landed
went-
right on their own hospital.
It actually, well, their rockets go off track all the time.
Sure.
Like we're not talking about a satellite driven radar system we're talking
There's
about
a reason
guys,
a laser that
Yeah.
the giant dome has can shoot them down.
yeah. But so basically
Iron Dome.
all of the intelligence right now is pointing to this was a rocket that Hamas shot. And actually, it was one of 12 rockets because they have the trajectory of all 12 of the rockets, including the one that hit the parking lot. But the reason that they don't think that it was Israel was because Israel's rockets leave craters and Hamas's rockets don't.
But at the same time, media.
But Hamas also has...
media is crazy.
But Hamas and Hezbollah have both been guilty of killing their own people and using them as human shields, and also doing it in an attempt. So I realize that with liberals, this isn't going to be popular, but Israel's in the right on this one. In my opinion.
Sure. No, I'm not, and I'm not going like pro-Palestine.
First of all, there is no Palestine. No such thing as Palestine.
They're Palestinian. That is
they're Arabs.
The political umbrella that they all put themselves under.
Yeah.
There's a flag for it. The thing is that this is the most senseless, stupid fucking thing to fight over.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to boil down to say it's religion, but that is the whole reason that Israel kicked everyone out of Israel. Like when the Jews in the 40s decided that they're going to come in and that is their holy land and is dictated.
Well, the British did that.
Well, the British like supported it. So did the other.
Well, so the British owned all of that land. So back in the 1940s, as the British owned that land, and they set it up basically for Jewish refugees leaving Poland and France and Germany and Russia and whatnot. They set that up so that they had a place to go. It was not an Israeli state. They had set basically it was just a grouping of towns and villages that the Jews had moved to be protected and away from where the World War was going on.
And there were people there already.
There were people there already.
What happened to those people?
Like America.
So in that situation, Israel back in the 40s, it wasn't until 47 when the UN came in and decided, okay, this is going to be an Israeli state. This is the state of Israel. This is a country. This is recognized by the United Nations. The United Nations made that decision mostly on the prompting of the U.S., Russia, and the British and French. And then basically the Arabs that all live around them said, no, we hate the Jews. We're going to try and get rid of them. And that is basically what Hamas and Hezbollah, that is their whole purpose of existence, is basically just to try and eliminate Jews from the world.
When Israel was designated a Jewish country, they removed the people who were there, and they still do it to this day.
So the land that was designated for Israel in the beginning was tiny. There wasn't almost any space to it. And then every time that the Arabs would come in and try and fight the Israelis, Israel would be granted, say, okay, well, you've won, or Israel has won, so they can take this land. And based on the information that I have found, which I assume is factual, Israel has never tried to claim more land because ultimately that land is worthless. It's sand.
But they still do that. There's land that they've even recently claimed. Like they're like, this is sanctioned now as Israeli territory, and there are Muslims living there, and they push them out, and they end up building condos. It's not even religious anymore. They build fucking condos of it, and you're right. They have Palestinians go through basically like
checkpoints
super checkpoints. Now on the Israeli side, you're going, well, these dudes are dangerous because.
Well, not all. Okay, so first of all, you can't. So not you, but
the threat of the violence.
So Palestinians are not Hamas.
No.
Palestinians are not Hezbollah. No. These are two terrorist organizations that are basically backed by Iran.
They're political wings of Iran.
Yeah, Iran, Lebanon, Jordan, in some cases Egypt, Saudi Arabia. I mean, these are organizations.
Iran's against Saudi Arabia in that aspect.
Correct.
Too.
Well, yeah, and what's weird is so Iran is the same religion as Yemen. And that's one of the reasons Saudi Arabia and Yemen there's constant fighting
it's
there.
Your Protestants and Catholics of the Middle East.
Essentially. Because they all pretty much believe basically the same thing, but it's those subtle little differences that they decide, oh, well, this is a reason to kill each other over.
And it like, I hate to make a thing. It is land that they want. The Palestinians want their land that is divinely given to them. The Israelis believe Israel has been promised by them to God for at least 6,000 years.
And the British upheld that.
Yeah, they did. I mean, and what is the British not exacerbating?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, but at the end focal point of it, it's religion has solidified in both of these groups that this land is divinely theirs.
Yeah. Well, and ironically, of the Israeli people, the percentage of people that are devout Jewish is almost the same as the percentage of people in the United States that are devoutly Christian. Like, Judaism is not a factor in every single person's life over there. For the most part,
no.
Israel is very similar to a
Very
very
Western.
liberal Western
very
country.
Western country.
The problem,
Except for their subway is weird. Like you can order geese at their subway instead.
Well, it's like that in every
don't-
country. Everybody's different.
Well, they can't eat ham, like cloven hooves, animals and stuff.
Yeah.
So like you go to Subway, you're like, give me that BLT.
McDonald's what do you think McDonald's in India is like?
they
not eating
chicken.
cow?
No, there's chicken. I can have, look. We got listeners in India.
Yeah, but I'm saying you're not eating cow there. I
Tell
don't
us,
think.
India, what is your Subway like? Because that is interesting.
Well, I mean, you could get ham and turkey and chicken, and I just assume
Everything
you're not
else
getting
but the
roast
cow?
beef. Yeah.
Everything but the cow, probably.
So the thing I wanted to bring up, and this could affect you a little bit.
We are speaking of ignorance.
100%.
Ignorance.
So basically the whole thing with Israel getting surprised is there is speculation and evidence that they believe
Russia.
Yeah. So this is basically how it works. So you have Hezbollah and Hamas that are doing most of the attacks. This right now is Hamas.
I'm not going to ruin it, but I know where this thread is.
World War
gonna get
III,
tied to.
basically.
Here's
What we
I know why you said you're going to get.
yeah. You're not going to
so
like
it's,
this.
so it's Donald Trump's fault.
So here we go. Let me just explain how.
It works.
So essentially, when Hamas basically attacked Israel by surprise, neither U.S. intelligence, British intelligence, or Israeli intelligence had no idea that this was happening or that it was going to happen.
We did have a little test though beforehand.
Yeah.
They did have a That's what I'm saying.
So
I said the same thing, man. They knew what time it was, man. That wasn't planned. I mean, come on, man.
So this is
Let Barrett finish.
This is
Okay,
so
okay.
Iran basically backs both Hezbollah and Hamas.
Okay.
Any strategic information that Hamas has comes from Iran. Iran does not gather this information on their own. They get this information from Moscow. Russia supplies Iran with defense capabilities of Israel. Where did Moscow get them?
The missing papers from Donald Trump.
You are so
Okay.
one
Okay.
one
Okay.
particular document that has not turned up, but they have an empty folder for, is one that the speculation is, and based on what has been reported, one of those documents had specific defense capability information of one of our Middle East allies.
Okay.
And that had been said.
Yes, this was said a year ago. That of the documents that are missing, and there are hundreds that are missing.
And
One
don't get it conflated.
That's the most important one.
And also, don't get it conflated that Trump was smart enough to be like, this is what will happen. He was dumb enough to just let it go.
Yeah. Yeah. So there is speculation that this occurred specifically because of Donald Trump.
Wow.
And it goes deeper than that. This is something that distracts the United States away from what's going on in Ukraine.
Correct.
And any sort of distraction away from Ukraine for the Russians
It's good.
is good for them. This also distracts the United States away from potentially assisting in Taiwan if China decides that they want to make trouble against Taiwan.
And here's the thing: when
everybody moving at the same time, it's all
Again,
Okay.
you
It is
don't-
a world war.
I mean-
well, no, so but
they asked Biden on 60 Minutes whether he could do both, and he basically was like, "It's the greatest country in the world. Of course we could. Like if it happened."
and we could.
It's a lot of troops.
We rolled two
we
aircraft
give
carriers.
we give them trillions of dollars every year.
out of like
They better
12.
be able to do something.
We rolled 2 aircraft carriers just offshore of Israel and Gaza that for a nation for a group for a terrorist organization that has no boats.
Oh, no.
But we have Navy offshore.
That's purely strike capability.
Yeah, and ultimately that's what they're there for in case it escalates and there is the need.
This angle of it too, the evangelical right wing has blind loyalty to Israel.
Yeah,
Blind loyalty.
Okay.
Israel has killed children too,
Yes.
it's true.
all the time.
Very true.
Sniped them, shot them through trash cans, all kinds of stuff. Israel is not blameless in the savagery that has happened in this war. Granted, they didn't do a flooding thing where they murdered children in front of parents, parents in front of children, but they've definitely committed acts like war crimes.
War crimes,
You know what I mean? So you're looking at both going like fucking war crimes. Calm down. But this whole instigation is blind loyalty from the right wing.
Yeah. No, and I don't disagree, but I will say this as far as my opinion, and you guys won't have to agree. Israel is in the right on this one. They got attacked by a terrorist organization.
Yes.
It is well within their rights to defend themselves.
Yes.
When it comes
Are they hitting the right person though?
Yeah, I think they are.
It's the same. It's the same argument when 9/11.
Like with the like what he said potentially
with the hospital?
Is that
is
that okay? That's not a war crime?
There is no evidence to support that Israel had targeted a hospital. Because for one, the hospital didn't get hit. The parking lot got hit. The parking lot got hit and it blew up
the windows.
7 cars in the parking lot, and they weren't even blown up. That's why I don't believe. That is why they don't.
Israel
believe.
showed where their bombs dropped.
Yeah.
In comparison, it's still like it is what it is. But like
it's too close for comfort. Is what you're saying?
Yeah. Innocent people. A hospital. You're both dickheads. Like a hospital just happened. Israel absolutely has every right. It was like, and they've had it said. Bill posted that thing. It was their 9/11.
Yeah.
Thousands of people got killed. At least 1,000 plus.
People celebrating at a concert. Literally, there's videos of a concert where people are out celebrating, listening to music, dancing, singing, whatever. And you see paratroopers. You see Hamas paratroopers basically coming in, guns blazing, falling down from the sky.
Damn.
And then when the people saw that, they tried to leave, and there was a barricade blocking them, like dressed as security or something, and they just opened fire.
It was
on
Hamas.
The people. Yeah,
it was Hamas terrorists, basically.
Yeah. And they deserve every inch of it, but it's kind of like 9/11 entered us into the back into the war in the Middle East.
Like how Iran just like basically the innocent people in Iran just like kept they felt it because it happened.
You invade Afghanistan looking for ISIS.
Correct.
All of Afghanistan is not ISIS.
Correct.
All of Gaza Strip is not Hamas.
Correct.
Yeah.
There are completely innocent people.
That's why I'm saying are what they're doing, in your opinion, because you said Israel's right. Do you think anything Israel does is like okay? Like,
no.
Okay.
Because Israel also reelected Benjamin Netanyahu, who is a criminal.
Yeah.
He is the Donald Trump of Israel.
He's currently under investigation when this has all started happening.
He was under investigation when he got
reelected.
Well, it wasn't really a re-election. He kind of
he pulled the Putin card.
Yeah, he pulled the Putin card basically.
Yeah. Like
so now you can't get me out the chair no more.
Well, they can. They'll have an election, but it's the same. So if Donald Trump were reelected, this is the thing that I fear the most: is that if Donald Trump gets reelected, and there are Republicans that are favorable or that are in control of Congress and the Senate,
people might go missing.
No, we're gonna see the United States dive into a fascist state. Because Donald Trump and the Republicans have a plan that next time a Republican gets voted to presidency, they fully are going to they're going to try and change the Constitution to where that is the president till death,
or at least until war is over. Say that is engaged. Like that the whole. It's such a mess.
I can see the play.
You think
I can see that play.
They go, there'll never be peace in the Middle East. That's the old saying, right? This part is the epicenter of where there will never be peace in the Middle East. They fought in the 60s, 70s with nuclear bombs that they lost. It is such just, it's insanity. No one's ever going to be happy. It's too much or too little or not right. Like it is so convoluted and deep and saturated in deeply held beliefs for, thousands of years. And you get it, right? Like Indians fought off Americans when we came. It's the same kind of thing.
Concept. Yeah.
Everybody believes
this
it's
is my
theirs.
land.
Yeah,
I was here first.
This is like an inquisition. It is that both sides believe we have a divine right to be here. Both sides. There's also people who go like, "Fuck, I'd like to just go to school on Tuesday."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you can see both sides of it. There's I watched a documentary where Israeli guards were like, we treat Palestinians like just cattle. It is the worst. And you see people on the other side who were on this big wall that was built. Who else liked walls? Big wall that was built in Palestine. They're like, we don't care that they're Jewish.
Yeah.
we just want the madness to stop. But then they interviewed people who were just devout, psychopathic jihadists. They have to die. They have the Rock of the Mount. Jerusalem is not the capital of Israel. Donald Trump made that happen as well. Yeah. It's just no one's ever going to be happy. And it is over a piece of land the size of like Rhode Island.
And if they go back and if anyone of any intelligence goes back and looks at the basis of all three of the main religions in that area, they're all worshiping the same God.
They all don't like Abrahamic religions.
Yeah, they don't like to admit it, but it's quite literally the same God.
All their books admit that it's the same God.
Exactly.
They all just go different ways of doing it.
Well, prayers to both sides of people that lost people on both sides.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Let's stop.
I couldn't imagine.
Insane, like in the Islam, like for a religion of peace, you guys sure make it look fucking rough.
Well, let's take it. If war was to hit here, do we not think like different groups like
I fear an uprising here,
but that's what I'm saying. Like, think about if a war just happens and then all of a sudden, like maybe the KKK for some reason just wants to do a bombing and they blame, and now they have somebody to blame it on.
They used to.
That's what I'm saying. But do you think that like that happening now would be way worse?
So,
because there'll be way more planning, it'll be streamed live for everybody to see.
They could suss that out.
I think. Well, yeah, but the problem that I have with an uprising like that or an insurgent uprising like that here in the United States is the same sort of thing that happened on January 6th.
Yeah, right.
Is that you have,
and that was from a fucking who. Like what put that out? Like the
Proud Boys.
It was a link or something. Basically,
it was Donald Trump.
But I'm saying like, and the reason why it was there, like they had already been talking about it in like chat rooms or something.
Yeah.
Think of it like this: like
it was Discord servers.
Yeah,
and
Discord.
Stuff like that.
Yeah. Discord
think about
servers.
this: the insurrection happened, and we go like right wing people are a bunch of fucking idiots. We all know ones who aren't. Right.
Right. Agreed.
Just like we have good cops, bad cops. The same.
Portland happens.
Yep.
And you have right wing people going, all these fucking liberals, Antifa. That ain't the same. Like you have two just massive, small.
There is leadership in South Carolina that looks at, and they honestly believe this, and this is what they say, is that Black Lives Matter is a terrorist organization in the United States.
Because a small minority of Black Lives Matter did commit crimes.
Sure.
And then it's just
okay,
even the Capitol and its
but even
strength and numbers.
even to take away from that, to take away from that, when there was protests and some violence here in Columbia, South Carolina, it was legitimately
it was like we're not here for that.
It was members of a group here in South Carolina that was an extreme right-wing conservative group that were actually embedded in the Black Lives Matter protests that were actually the ones that initiate and that. But see, that's
they start the mayhem. Like they'll
same
have
thing with the insurrection, and that's what the insurrection
exactly.
is.
If you didn't have those members of the Proud Boys and other right-wing fascist organizations,
correct.
If you didn't have them that initiated the start of the run up and fighting against the police, it wouldn't have happened. Nope. But they knew, because there's this thing called groupthink. And if all it takes is a small minority of people to initiate something like that, and then everybody else goes into it, because there was not a single arrest made on the day of the insurrection.
Nope.
Not a single person was arrested.
Nope.
There should have been shots fired outside of the two.
Yeah. The one person that was shot
and killed.
The woman that was shot to kill.
And then the guy who shot at the door.
Right.
Like it's those factions that, and I'm not one to go like crooked media, but the media is gonna pick the hot topic,
sure,
and they're gonna exacerbate it. Whether it's Fox News, whether it's CNN, it's gonna be exacerbated. Because when you go talk to you could be sitting there with a pride flag. You could be in a duplex with your pride flag, and your neighbor in your same duplex has a rebel flag. Y'all might be the coolest dudes in the world together, and you can sit there and have a conversation about it. But what the media is going to tell you is like, they should die, they should die. It is these are the worst.
Sure, they're going to pin each other against each other.
And then that's what's going to happen.
Divide and conquer.
Even in the Middle East, it's still like the dude, Talib Sharib. She had her Palestinian flag. That's where she's from.
Sure.
That is her area. So what did the other guy on the other side do? He is from Israel, wore his uniform.
Yeah.
And that's just like staunch. What did the media point out? Those two things.
Right.
Didn't hear anything about the conversation that was had. None of that was for you to see. That part was.
Well, then let's say that you should support the Palestinians because the Palestinians are not Hamas. You should support the Israelis because the Israelis are not the force that the Israeli people, the Palestinian people. These are the people, and the argument
The human beings, the humanist of it.
The argument that I keep seeing that being made is that, well, the Palestinians voted Hamas into power. And it's like, yeah, but look at the election.
Yeah.
Look at the election and recognize that for the most part, very low turnout. Most of the people that could vote in Palestine or for the Palestinian leadership didn't vote.
That's like with Pablo Escobar. Wasn't Pablo a politician?
Pablo Escobar? No, he was a drug cartel leader.
But
There's no election there.
But wasn't it somebody it was like a drug kingpin that was elected in Mexico for he ran it.
There was no president or anything. No, there was definitely I'm sure the cartel had.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they were involved in the election.
But I think the biggest thing when it comes to the Middle East though, I'm not defending Hamas or Palestine,
sure, yeah.
or I'm not defending Israel. I go back and people are dying, period, on both sides. And when someone goes look what Hamas did, and you go, yeah, that is horrific, cutting babies' heads off and shit. I don't know a man who can live with himself after doing that kind of thing. But then you go, that's awful. But quit talking about Israel like they're a beacon of shining light when they have killed children too.
No, I don't disagree.
I think that's this war has already started on their end. If we got into it, I couldn't tell you where it goes, where it ends.
But that's the thing about it. I guarantee you the U.S. has those bad apples too, though.
Oh, for sure, 100%.
That's what all of Vietnam was like.
That's what I'm saying.
Child killers, baby rapists, all that shit.
Yeah, man. So it's
and there's dudes out there who on tape admitted they walked out of the hut, they're dead. Oh, we just threw a grenade in this house.
Yeah.
Absolutely wrong.
Yeah.
America has the bloodiest hands of all of them.
Correct.
And that's the thing too. When
so we really can't even judge other countries whenever they have their conflicts because
it's not that we can't judge them.
Right.
It's that we shouldn't judge them without looking at
ourselves
the
first.
Circumstances and then admitting that look, there were something like 20 million Native Americans on the eastern side of the Appalachians alone, all eradicated. And it wasn't just because it was eradication by land seizure, it was eradication by disease, it was eradication through force. They literally took Cherokee Nation and said, you can't be here anymore, but we've designated land in Oklahoma that is worthless.
Yeah.
You can't grow anything.
It's yours now.
And then literally with soldiers in line, marched them.
Yeah, Trail of Tears.
Marched them across. So no, the United States is absolutely guilty of these atrocities, but at the same time, I think that in some cases there are people in leadership that recognize the atrocities that the United States has committed, and while they can't make a full amends for things of slavery, look.
Yeah, we only have to touch that, but
we should, but it should be talked about.
Oh yeah,
if there are things being done for Native Americans in this country, or that there should be more done. And slavery is the same thing. There should be more done.
100%.
Even when you get back to, there's a movie, I know you've seen it. They Will Not Grow Old.
Yeah.
Bless you.
Blessings upon you. Oh,
excuse me.
Somebody save those demons.
It's just COVID. You guys are fine.
Oh, mother.
You're not about to stop my money this weekend, brother. I'm just trying to tell you.
Super spreader. Here.
No, hell no. Go ahead.
And They Shall Not Grow Old. It's World War I documentary where they go back. Peter Jackson revamps this thing. But they talk about even when you would capture Germans. They were like shoemakers and shit. They're we don't want to fight. Instantly, dude, for a month, we were just lobbing bombs at no one.
Yeah.
We just knew you were over there. You had no faces. And then once they came together, they're like, we're just people just like you.
Yeah.
You were a mechanic. I was a shoe guy. I was a barber. They would start talking to each other. World War II, same thing. As soon as you catch people, they're like, listen, I have no animosity against you. I was told to go do this. you have to think about that on this side too. Israel, Hamas. I mean, someone who cuts a baby's head off, that person, and like
that was a conscious decision.
Yeah, like that's fucked up. But there's definitely people on sides who are like, I don't want to fight. Can we not work this out? But the conglomerate that is your two political umbrellas that you were stationed under have decided death.
There is too much money to be made in war.
Yeah.
And ultimately, that's
and the
why
United States profits in that.
Oh, not even just the United States.
That's the main reason they showed up. Let's not fucking paint any other colors.
It's Boeing, it's Lockheed Martin, it's General Electric.
Yeah.
It's all of it's basically these warmongers who have so much control over our politicians. We don't even control our politicians. We vote for them in the office.
For a gallon for gas, so fucking like.
By the way, gallon of gas is under 2.7 or under 2.80 a gallon.
What the fuck is going on?
Thanks a lot, Biden.
Yeah, man. Come on now.
People are scraping those stickers off.
Those stickers off that said Joe did this. Yeah, man. Didn't age well.
It never does because it doesn't make any difference. It's not Joe Biden doing it.
It's never Joe Biden.
I don't want to explain.
I know the gas prices.
We're not going to solve the crisis in the Middle East. No. So can I please do my second story?
Go for it.
Is that cool? Is that fine? Do you have anything else to put before I do it?
No, I don't think so.
All right.
Unless you wanted to talk about Aaron Rodgers real quick.
I know.
That was mine.
Faked his injury.
This is better.
No. Talking about how he was...
No, legitimize it.
Oh, sorry.
If we talk about it, Aaron Rodgers faked his injury so he could get his money, so he could come back and throw one ball next time.
No. We don't have the Transpiracies button on here.
No. What you got, man?
So we're going back to Pennsylvania. Apparently, the South is supposed to be the theological center of the world.
Sure.
The theocracy center.
Yeah, because that's where the most educated people get their theology degrees is South Carolina.
We got the best books.
Listen, I'm tired of our accent being used to betray stupid people because we got some smart people down here.
We do got some smart people down here.
They're not in leadership.
Back in Pennsylvania, this one comes from friendlyatheist.com, but it was also another story I saw, but I know Hamet Mahata is a great resource, and he always nails them. But Pennsylvania lawmaker cites Genesis 8 as proof that climate change is fake.
Genesis 8 says that climate change is fake.
Yes. Pennsylvania State Representative Stephanie Borowitz, a Christian nationalist who has spent years pushing her faith on others through her government position, said this week that climate change wasn't a concern because the Bible said so. When Democrats are pushing bills like banning gas-powered mowers and gas-powered stoves in New York City, all under the name of climate control agenda, we can all see what is really going on here. This is all her. The truth is, in Genesis 8:22, it says, as long as the earth endures, seed time and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, day and night will never cease. I'll say this again, will never cease. Of course, we are to be good stewards of God's creation, but not through a forceful climate control global program.
Wow.
It's right there, guys.
Climate control is...
We can do whatever we want.
Oh, okay.
Well, no. We can't do anything we want. We still have to take care of the earth and take care.
You're doing what you want right now. You're letting the hair show. I see what
Barrett,
you're doing there.
We have to go out and mow our grass with gasoline mowers.
No, but
and as long as we do that.
Because right now, if you go into Lowe's or Home Depot, you see a lot more electric.
I got an electric mower.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not gas no more.
I love it.
But
it's quiet mowing. It's so much calmer.
It sounds like bees.
Yeah, like
yeah.
I can hear my headphones while I,
yeah, you're right.
But I think what she's saying is while she supports people's individuality of trying to...
The Bible says.
Yeah, the Bible says that there cannot be any government interference in your ability
to... the Bible says...
We're at a good place with how stuff works.
Yeah.
Quit doing what you're doing.
Or don't tell me I can't do what I want to do.
If I want to roll coal while I mow grass...
It's interesting. It's interesting how it gets flipped.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Oh, I could find Bible verses that work for me.
Sure, of
right?
course.
Well,
that's the whole point of the Bible is that the
five
reason
things that work for you. It's enough letters in here.
Ask
words.
Northern Ireland how interpreting the same book works for everybody.
Yeah. No, it's basically that's basically the whole gimmick of the Bible is that if they give you little pieces that you can grab hold of and say, this is me, this is then it hooks you.
But if
and
you
then
bring
you're
up-
in for the whole thing.
But if you bring up Second Kings in youth group, you're frowned upon about God letting this guy kill 40 children with she bears.
Yeah.
Or the emissions that were like that of a mule.
Well, they look past, look past the bad stories. You know what I'm saying?
You can't do that.
It's
though.
the whole
It's all or
thing. It's
nothing.
one book.
Hey, look.
They can't eat shrimp.
It's one book, part
you don't
one,
see
part
pastors
two.
preaching about that.
Hey,
Not only is it
you're wearing mixed fabrics too, my boy.
not only
Supposed to do.
What the hell is waiting on you, man?
not only is it two parts, like you have the angry God and the happy, the angry God and the God that's like, well,
I'll drown everybody.
I'm angry enough that I'm going to let you all kill my son. But you also have four different gospels that contradict each other throughout the entire story of Jesus. So
And he's supposed to be all loving and all knowing, and then he's like drowns everybody.
Yeah.
And he's like, "No, I saw it coming. I just need a minute.
Well, see, this is
I
just,
won't do it again. Give him a rainbow."
yeah.
this is just like the Exorcist.
I knew I was gonna
see.
do
I
this,
need to
but I
talk
am
to y'all.
sorry.
The second Exorcist movie, right? It comes between two families, so I'm gonna put you guys in the predicament, right?
Okay.
But in the movie, it was a black family and a white family, right? So
Why not?
So I'm the black family.
Yeah. So
yeah.
imagine your two girls are the same age, right? Because both of y'all have girls, and it was girls in the movie. Y'all two girls go play with each other after school, and they go into the woods, and they get possessed. They got possessed.
Both of them got
Both of them
possessed.
got possessed
So in
by
this-
the same
in this
by
world-
the same-
spirit?
It's the same spirit.
In
So
this
one
world, we
spirit
believe
possessed-
horseshit is real.
This is what it is. So
Okay.
So the parents got
This is a bit of a stretch. I'm going to try.
I'm sorry. The parents got to the point where they were bringing all black magic and all this other stuff, trying to fix them and everything, and it was working. It was working, and then they got it to the point where the spirit came out of both of them and was like, "You have to choose." He told each parents, "Y'all have to choose which kid you're going to sacrifice."
This is
and
King
the one
Harry.
is going to one is going to die, and one is going to still be on the earth. So I'm telling you, I'm asking you guys, if you had to,
That's not
would
how-
you be able to choose?
That's not how that story goes.
But
No,
that's
it's not.
that's
It's
what
splitting the
happens in
baby
the
in half.
Exorcist. But this is what happened in
In
the
the
Exorcist.
Exorcist movie.
The
So
second one.
basically,
I
so the
don't
parents
think
had to
that's how it
decide.
This is the second movie. You haven't seen
The babies, but what is the dilemma here? That me and Barrett got to like flip a coin?
No,
One
no,
of
no.
our kids-
Basically, because
So-
it came down to
so there has
which
to be-
parent loved their child more.
So
what it came down to.
So I would be an advocate for your baby being sacrificed, and you'd be an advocate for my
Correct.
baby being
So-
I think you and
sacrificed.
me be like, fuck it, let's go save our kids. And if they die,
But it couldn't be both.
That doesn't. There's no parable. There's no lesson.
Well,
it's Exorcist movie.
I'm giving it away, but watch the movie,
It's
and
bad
that's exactly
Hollywood.
how it happened.
The story that I feel like that was trying to do, and like
King Herod.
yeah,
Herod
with the baby, where she goes, I'll tell you. He goes, I'll tell you who the mother is.
Yeah, I
I'm
know
gonna
that
cut
one,
This fucking
yeah.
baby in half, and
And-
one lady's like, please don't, and the other lady's like, I would take a half a baby.
Correct.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Who, for one, what does this lady do with half a baby?
Correct. Exactly.
He said,
So
yeah. But there's
I can see that's what they were trying to do.
I don't
if you
think
say
that story actually happened.
I don't either.
I don't think there's anybody.
No.
First of all, I don't
That
think
the
King
king-
Herod's going to be like, I'm going to split the baby in half. You two get each half a baby.
I'll tell you who the real mom is. I'm gonna kill it. And one lady was like, "Fucking kill it!" Like that's the part I don't get.
Yeah,
like she
like-
doesn't win. She's
yeah,
like,
she
"I will
doesn't-
eat that half of the baby." What was the point in that?
Yeah, but you have to watch The Exorcist too.
I kind of don't want to. If that's exactly how it goes.
I'm trying to. You have to watch it. It's
What-
really.
so one parent has to like
had to choose.
has to concede that their kid dies,
Yes,
so one could live.
but get this. One parent had both parents, and one parent had one parent.
Oh, that is a
Internet,
monkey
is
wrench.
Trent actually? Is this the
Did he give
correct
us the
plot?
synopsis of the movie
If
correctly?
y'all watch the movie, you're gonna see what happens.
Because I don't want to watch the movie.
You want me to just tell you? It was the parents that had. It was the parent that had two kids. The dad had actually offered his daughter, and the mom didn't want to.
I would have called the Ghostbusters.
They had everybody, bro. Like that shit was like. If you would have seen, you have to see what they do to the
I would have
priests.
grabbed both.
If you see what they do to the priests without even touching them,
I think
oh my god, it was
parable
crazy.
And bad LA writing.
Y'all both have to watch this shit. Y'all both have to watch it.
I'll give it a chance. Yeah. I like watching the Exorcist movie. That's like I like watching.
But it's a good story. They got a really good. It's a really good story.
That is.
I think the consensus is that Exorcist has been dog shit since the first one. They literally had the newest one on God Awful Movies today.
Yeah.
And I was like, is there still dog shit?
Well, they amped it up, bro. It's way better than the first one.
So Trent's recommendation is
way better.
Definitely check out the new Exorcist.
That's my Halloween movie that y'all should go see.
Check it out. You went to the theater to watch it?
Yeah,
I'm gonna watch it
in the middle of the day.
I've done that. I saw Megamind
at like 12 o'clock.
What did you watch?
Megamind.
Megamind? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's the best time to go to the movies, and you can get movies for cheaper.
Yeah, I don't.
At like 12 o'clock.
Oh, I did it out of shame because I found out that my college wasn't
walking out of that movie.
No, I found out that
by yourself.
I found out that my college, like I didn't have the financial aid come through for that semester, and I didn't want to tell my parents, so I woke up,
went to the movie theater.
Yep.
Wow,
that was smart.
I was like, they think I'm in school. Here we are.
But I'm still spending money, but I'm supposed to be receiving money.
There you go.
I'm just not learning printing.
I think that's going to do it for this episode.
I think so too, man. It's a great week, man. We're glad y'all, enjoying these last couple episodes.
And I will say this,
how was the Hall of Horrors?
It was good.
Okay,
it was good.
Were there a lot of horrors?
It was just as a review. Just as a review, Hall of Horrors in Casey. Hall of Horrors in Casey. Horrors, not whores. Horrors. Am I saying it wrong? Look,
I think I'm getting you to say it wrong.
Here's the thing. West Columbia Casey, or the Casey West Columbia JCs, went in Friday night and did the Hall of Horrors, and it was fantastic. So I walked through with Jimmy and with Shelby's husband. O'Shawn was taking care of some other stuff. Shelby didn't walk through with us, but and a guy named Tony, and they let me walk in front. Now, haunted houses, attractions, those sort of things, I don't usually get scared. Nothing. I'm there for the entertainment of it.
Correct.
And
this was a black night. Like
no. That's next Thursday.
Okay.
You're prepared for next Thursday. We'll see.
Oh yeah, we'll see.
But we'll work it out.
Okay.
But yeah. So lights on, everything. Twice walking through.
Oh, you walked through twice?
No. I'm just twice during my walkthrough.
Okay.
I did experience jump scares. They did a fantastic job.
Was it like a like, you know how you do that sometimes?
I did make a
squill?
Did you have a fartle?
I didn't. I did not fartle. I didn't get fartled.
I wasn't fartled.
But definitely check out the Casey West Columbia JC's Hall of Horrors. Harvest, Dark Harvest. It was fantastic. So go check that out.
How was that thing that we seen at the end that was supposed to be the mechanic thing?
Oh, the jump.
Yeah.
That was good.
Oh,
that was good.
That's what got you?
No, I knew it was coming.
Oh, okay.
I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
I was in there tracing it in my mind. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be here. This is gonna be here.
I will just say this.
Don't be a bitch, you.
Don't be a bitch here.
The only thing that makes me uncomfortable about walking through haunted houses is the actors. Like, I know I'm not supposed to touch them, and they're not supposed to touch me, but some of them get really, really close.
And their breath stinks a little bit, right?
They have, yes.
There
is a smell.
Waiting to be grabbed.
It's called cigarettes.
It's
called cigarettes.
Always
all of them are smoking.
You're like, Shelby?
Oh, don't use her name in there, because she'll hit me. she'll be like, oh, y'all were talking shit about me.
And I did want to say before we close out, I'm against organized religion pressing their wars on people. Not anybody's personal religion. Believe whatever you want to believe.
Yeah.
Well, it's too late. You should have said that before when you was talking, because now they're gonna clip that other part and they'll never see that last part.
You can go ahead and clip it. I said what I meant.
That is gonna do it for episode number 187.
Man,
crazy. We're almost at 200.
Man.
No, I'm sorry. I said that backwards. It's 178. That's my dyslexia.
178. Okay. 178. We got 179.
178.
22 weeks left.
Yeah, the All About Nothing. Yeah, it's next year. It'll definitely be in the next year. Thank you, Zach King. Thank you, Trent Clark. And thank you to everybody listening. Links to all of our past episodes, podcast platforms, and merchandise and social media are available on our website, theallaboutnothing.com. If you think our financial model of giving away free content and entertainment is silly and you're in the giving mood, why not become an official Nothinger and support the show? Visit theallaboutnothing.com and click on the support link near the top of the page. You can subscribe monthly to a varying level of membership tiers, or you can click on the tips link and just give us a one-time donation. If you want to join the conversation, you can. Join our Discord channel by clicking on the banner at the top of the webpage. Please subscribe to the show, like, follow, and Facebook, Twitter us, share us with all your family and friends. Everybody, thank you very much for listening. You all have a safe week, and
you know what? Just have a safe week.
yeah.
And I'm going to borrow from our What the Pod. Keep your hands to yourself.
There you go. Please do.
The All About Nothing podcast is produced and engineered by me, Barrett Gruber, and recorded at the podcast studio at GOT Sound Studio in Lexington, South Carolina. GOT Sound Studio is owned and operated by Neek the Geek. Visit gotsoundstudio.com for details on studio rental, production, and engineering. Thanks to Cake for our intro music, Sick of You. You can follow everything Cake the Band at cakemusic.com. Thanks to Muff the Producer for our outro music. You can follow Muff on Instagram at Muff the Producer. Thanks to Trent Clark, aka DJ Lonzo. Join him weekly at the venue in Columbia, South Carolina for the Saturday All-Star Drag Brunch and Sundays at the Review Drag Brunch. You can also contact Trent for all your entertainment needs. Trent at theallaboutnothing.com and on Instagram at TheRealDJLonzo. You can also phone him 803-262-7982. Thanks to Zach King. You can follow him on Instagram at KingZach07 and on Twitter at CarolinaKing21. I am Barrett Gruber. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Barrett Gruber or visit my Linktree /Barrett Gruber. Want to support the show? Visit our webpage, theallaboutnothing.com, and become a member. There are several tiers available, including memberships that give you early access to episodes as well as exclusive content. Visit theallaboutnothing.com. To find links to our social media, merchandise, and past episodes, visit theallaboutnothing.com. If you'd like to be heard on the show, you can call and leave us a message. Dial 803-672-0533. If the time between these episodes is more than you can handle, check out our partner podcast. Zach and I host What the Pod Was That with Carrie Simmons. Visit whatthepodwasthat.com for links and details. Me takes a deep dive down the rabbit hole in episodes of Welcome to Wonderland, available on all the podcast platforms. Visit WTWLpod.com for details. Check out DJ Lonzo's Top 5, available on all of the podcast platforms. As well, you can listen to the political and social conversation between Dr. Jamela Brooks and Bill Kimmler on Black, White, and Blue in the South, available wherever you listen to podcasts. Please subscribe and share this show. If you're on YouTube, please like and hit the notification bell. Thank you for listening. The preceding podcast is a product of Big Media and copyright 2023, all rights reserved.